I mean, we were delighted yesterday. We did feel like kids at Christmas, undoubtedly waiting for the announcement and waiting to hear. We really, really wanted to be reopened for Christmas. So it was fantastic when the news came through just before 11:30 that Liverpool would be in tier 2 and we could reopen. We run the museum so that people can come in and enjoy those objects, and that's why we care for them, and that's what it's all about. So it's been a really weird year when we haven't been able to do the thing that we absolutely have taken for granted for just so long. And our museums are really odd places with no one in them, is the reality. That, you know, the objects come alive when our visitors come in and engage with them, and that's absolutely what we've all wanted. So I hope the staff are fairly happy to get back to work, to get open, and to start allowing people in again to explore our sites.
It's funny, when you reopened last time, because you've done this twice now, haven't you?
Yeah.
When you reopened last time, I noticed so many people who did say, like what you just said there, took our museums for granted, and were booking tickets and booking their time slots, who wouldn't maybe normally go as often. But it's when something's not there, you do realise when it's gone, and you want to go and explore and enjoy it again when it returns.
Yeah, I think absolutely. It's that thing about you don't know what you've got until it's not there, and we do take it for granted. And those people that kind of just used to nip in for half an hour and see their favourite painting in the Walker, or, you know, go and see the fish in the aquarium at World Museum, or, you know, call down to the waterfront and call in for a cup of coffee while having a look round. All of a sudden that was gone and that was taken away from us. And so a lot of people did kind of want to come back and want to explore the sites again as if it was, you know, new. And a lot of people have said to us, do you know what, I've seen things that I haven't seen in years, or I don't even remember ever seeing here, because normally I come in and see my favourite thing and nip out, but I've come for a longer visit, or I've come to look at new things, which is fantastic, isn't it? It's like we're all seeing our sites with new eyes again.
Yeah, which is great, and across the board in Liverpool, isn't it? It's the same. Christmas, you always celebrate it. You know, there's kind of focal point at National Museums Liverpool for Christmas, which it wouldn't be Christmas now in Liverpool without the Blackler Santa at the Museum of Liverpool. He's back, isn't he?
He is back. Yeah, no, absolutely. He's back. In fact, he went up. He went up before we knew whether people would be able to see him or not, which was a slightly scary thing to do. But yeah, he's up and he's there in Museum of Liverpool. And it's really interesting because it's like he's getting a kind of second life and second generation. So, you know, my mum loves it when Blackler Santa goes up because she gets to go and remember her childhood trips. But then equally, you know, the smaller people in our family are beginning to think that Blackler Santa is something that Museum of Liverpool does, and so it'll be part of their Christmas traditions as well, which is great. So yeah, as of next Wednesday, people can call into Museum of Liverpool and see Blackler Santa there in the atrium.
Is he wearing a face mask, Laura? Face covering?
I don't know. He's not wearing a face covering. He needs quite a big face covering, but don't worry, he's definitely 2 meters away from anybody that needs to get close to him, so that's fine.
Where does he get stored, Laura? In between, because obviously he's out for Christmas. Where do you put him for the rest of the year?
Well, normally we answer that with, he's obviously in the North Pole, Jay. Where else would he be?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is he's stored in our stores along with our other collection items. So he's kept safe all year round, and then he comes out at Christmas and gets that new lease of life in the Museum of Liverpool atrium.
Brilliant. I can't wait to see him again. Lots of other kind of new exhibitions coming, lots more for Christmas and beyond. To tell us what we can expect over the next couple of months at Museums at Liverpool.
Yeah, so obviously we're reopening. We've still got the Linda McCartney exhibition at Walker Art Gallery. If you haven't seen that, absolutely people should go and see it. And a new exhibition that we opened just before we shut again at Lady Lever called German Revolution, which is a really lovely show for people to see. In January, of course, we bring artificial intelligence, the AI show, to World's Museum, which will be fantastic. And I think probably quite a lot of people still haven't seen the Life on Board permanent gallery that we opened in the Maritime Museum, that we actually finished just before the last lockdown, and so people didn't get to see it for quite a long time. But that's a really lovely gallery, new permanent display at the Maritime Museum if people haven't seen that yet.
I presume that there were things due to launch this year that have been pushed back, and you kind of give you a bit more breathing space now in terms of not planning as much because you've got stuff in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, we generally plan, 2 to 3 years in advance. So certainly the first lockdown caused us some quite significant issues with pushing stuff back and moving stuff around, and we're still messing around with the program. In truth, trying to fit stuff in. So actually, I think what you'll see is a real kind of wealth of stuff that will happen in the next 2 years, because we'll cram as much of that stuff that we had planned over a longer period into a shorter period of time. So we're still just as busy with stuff happening and new stuff coming on. We've been busy during lockdown. In fact, in this lockdown, we've just done some changes to the World Cultures Gallery at World Museum. We've just changed some of the entrance into that gallery there, and we've got more work to do in that gallery. We're looking to do some further work to the aquarium next year as well. We are as desperate as most families are to get the planetarium open. So we'll be looking to open the planetarium as soon as we can into the new year. Obviously with the changes to social distancing and all of those kind of things. And then, Museum of Liverpool is 10 years old next year,
Wow.
which seems incredible. So we absolutely intend to reinstall Wondrous Place on the top floor gallery and tell the story of Liverpool. And there's a lot of new exhibits and new stories going into that gallery. It'll be towards the end of next year, but that's a big piece of work that we're working on at the moment. And we've got some really lovely exhibitions coming towards the Walker, which I normally get in trouble about because I don't know if we've released them or not yet. So I better not say what they are because my comms team tell me off otherwise. But we've got some really great art exhibitions coming in. We've obviously got the John Moores Painting Prize that absolutely is announced that's coming next year. That's again a knockback that's delayed, but that looks fantastic this year or next year as it'll be. So there's definitely lots happening. We're definitely very, very busy, and we are absolutely praying that we can stay, taking the positive steps that Liverpool's taken and move from tier 2 into tier 1, and eventually looking towards a vaccine and those kind of things, we can get back to something resembling normal visitor figure, because there's definitely going to be plenty for people to see.
So much to look forward to. Away from the exhibits and exhibitions, something that you do take for granted is the incredible shops, stores, and cafes that you've got. That Museum of Liverpool shop, for me, you can get a gift for everyone in there. The Walker's got a great shop as you walk in. Just tell us about these, because these are still open online, aren't they? Some of them are reopening as well. And again, it's a great way to support you guys, support the city, and a great gift idea for Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're looking for gifts for Christmas, our online shop has some of those really great gifts that you're used to finding in our shops. So please do check that out on our website. We're very keen to open our museum shops and cafes as soon as it's viable for us to do so. So we will be opening the Walker shop when we reopen, and we'll be opening the Maritime cafe over weekend when we reopen. And the moment we kind of get to a footfall level that can sustain it, we'll open the others as quickly as we can. But for people that are looking for that Christmas present, the online option is a great one for them.
Brilliant. Check that out. Just finally, Laura, your message to anyone planning to visit next week, and your message to Liverpool, because we were talking off camera then, there's that sense of pride at the moment in the city for getting us into tier 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We're really grateful to the people of Liverpool who've done a really fantastic job in helping us drive the virus down, and they've done, everybody's done a fantastic job. So our message would be thank you for that. We absolutely want to be open. We want to be open in a safe way though as well. So, our message would be, if you're visiting next week, if you can book in advance, please do that. Make sure if you're able to wear a face mask, you can do that. Please do that in our venues, and obviously keeping a distance from other visitors so that everybody is as safe as we can be while we move through the next however many months it is until we get to a vaccine point. And absolutely, we'd encourage people to still be testing. Mass testing has proved that it can have an impact in the city. So let's continue to do that while we've still got the opportunity to do that here in Liverpool. And let's see if we can get from tier 2 into tier 1 sometime soon.